Hello everyone, and welcome to see Let's Play Battle Engine Aquila. Now, I think that's how you say it. I never paid attention. However, um, first off, skip ahead a few minutes if you don't want me to talk about the game. This game is quite old, and there's a funny story about this. First, thanks for whoever recommended this. The funny story was that I played this on Xbox very long time ago when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed it. I only had the demo originally, and I played the crap out of it. I didn't even finish the demo. I just destroyed buildings because it was cool, and shut down fighters. Then I bought the game, and I found the end game levels were quite difficult, and I never finished this game. Now, a few days ago, I went and tested this game out, and I managed to finish every level, though with some trouble. So, we shall now play this game. This is not a blind playthrough, as you might have guessed. This is also not an S-rank run. I will be doing all missions, including Evo missions, but I will not be doing S-ranks on any of them. If I get them, sure. Also, the game is absolutely unstable in a way that as long as I stay in this screen, it's fine. But if for some reason the game jumps to the desktop, it crashes. And the volumes are absolute haywire. Basically, if the cutscenes are extremely low, the voice is extremely loud. So I'm gonna have to try to balance it. This volume should be fine, but I'm going to have to boost the cutscenes as there's no option for them. Let's create a new the account, and we'll begin the training level. Tatiana will take you through the basics of piloting Battle Engine Aquila. This will cover everything from the basic movement in both walker and jet modes, as well as weapons use. Keep to her advice and try to keep Colonel Kramer happy. And here we have our first, battle engine. This one is just the Unit 0 prototype that has pulse cannon, which is great against all ground units technically. A Vulcan cannon, which is good against infantry and air units, but not that good against vehicles. It is useful against certain targets though. In jet modes, we have the Vulcan cannon again, and micro missiles, which are amazing against air and ground units, especially heavier ones. Sorry, just a moment. Sorry about that. Now, let's get straight in.
Hey, Hawk, you racing tonight?
Shh! Keep it down. We don't want the boss to know. Sure. You coming for once?
I might just do that. Catch you later. Here they come! That's Hawk in the lead. I told you he was good.
We'll see about that. Hey, get your hands off me, you idiots! What the hell did I do?
Calm down. Nobody means you any harm. Hawk, this is Commander Kramer. He'll tell you what's going on.
You better. Before someone here gets hurt.
Believe me, I'm no more happy about this than you are. But we've got a serious situation and we need someone like you right now. And Tatiana here reckons you are our man.
Just why would I want to help you?
We've got something we think might interest you.
Oh, yeah?
Take a look at this.
let me introduce you to our latest toy.
Cool.
Here we go.
Welcome aboard. Now, don't touch anything and I'll take you through the instrumentation you see before you. This is the threat circle. That knot indicates north. As for its other functions, I'll demonstrate them later. The circle to your left is your scanner. Enemy units show up in red, friendly units in blue. If you ever need to review these messages, check out Aquila's message log in the pause menu. All systems nominal. You have two primary controls. One determines the direction of travel, and the other changes which way Aquila faces. Okay, Hawk, I want you to maneuver the battle engine to the area marked on your HUD.
Alright.
Notice how objectives that you are given are marked as yellow dots on your scanner.
Yeah. So that's the basic idea of all of this. Also, good thing to note, they don't tell about the minimap. The enemy units are in red. The small ground units are small reds, and the buildings and larger units are large reds. The lighter colors mean air units, and the large ones are usually carriers or landing crafts or bombers. The gray targets are usually civilian buildings and are usually unimportant.
Now make your way to the firing range for target predators. I'll mark the location on your HUD again.
Oh, and the plus sign is a repair badge, which will be explained later. Now, let's see some combat.
In a moment, we're going to activate your weapon systems. Here is your weapon indicator. This shows you what weapon is currently selected. It also allows you to keep track of its temperature or remaining ammo level. The IS-5 pulse cannon is your primary weapon. It can be fired rapidly or charged up to release a larger round. Now destroy the 310s and that building marked on your HUD. As
Alright.
an energy weapon, it never runs out of ammo, but it can overheat. It is most effective against enemy vehicles or buildings.
This is correct. Now, if you look on the upper left corner, you can see the sign that shows the enemy health and the what I'm aiming at. On the lower right corner, there's a bar that shows how much until my weapon overheats. If it overheats, I can't use it for a moment. The left side uses the charge. I can charge the pulse cannon like this, and it raises the bar on the right side if you noticed, and then fire a large blast that does considerably more damage. It also does more splash damage.
Aquila is also equipped with a rapid-fire Vulcan cannon. It has limited target tracking facilities, so it's really easy to use. There are 3 trucks nearby. Try the Vulcan cannon on them.
Yeah.
You have limited ammo with this one, and it's only really effective against infantry or lightly armored units.
Yeah. But the lightly armored units are usually light vehicles or air units, and the infantry there's also better ways to kill them eventually, which will be explained later. But this Vulcan cannon fires rapidly and uses ammo counter on the right, like she explained. There we go.
Now let's see how you do against a few moving targets. Track them down using your scanner. Pick your targets carefully and don't damage the surrounding buildings. Aquila is also fitted with a zoom control. You can use this to get a closer view of targets at distance.
Now, if you notice, it's very difficult to see, but there's a small cursor in front of these tanks. This is the
Check your targets, rookie. I don't want any damage done to these facilities.
sorry. This is the targeting thing. So when the units move at a certain speed, it aims up ahead of them. You need to aim at that spot to actually hit the targets. Also, for the S ranking I already failed. You're not supposed to damage anything other than the targets. And I accidentally hit that
This
turret.
is your energy level. armor level. As Aquila takes damage, the protective plating gets destroyed. If this gauge reaches 0, then you're in big trouble. Aquila can also perform emergency dodge maneuvers. Rapidly moving left and right will cause her to dash right. That fighter is going to attack. Try using those moves to avoid these incoming missiles.
Now this is an issue.
Missiles show up as triangles on the threat circle. Triangles on the left of the circle are missiles to your left, and so on.
Not only that was extremely loud on my part and probably yours, sorry about your ears, it also works poorly on the PC. It sometimes works and sometimes doesn't, as you saw. And it's still loud. I apologize for raping your ears. So, prepare. It's gonna be another one.
Not to worry.
Never mind.
I'm sure you'll pick it up in no time. Now I want you to engage jet mode and land on that island to the south. Aquila isn't designed for aquatic activities, so be careful.
Yeah,
Land
so
safely. Transform back into walker mode over the target, and use your retro thrusters to touch down softly.
sorry about the Just give me a moment. I swear, the 50% of times I have to go somewhere it's because I get a phone call, and the other 50% is because the cats are trying to destroy our house. But back to the game. So as you heard, we can turn into jet mode, which steadily uses energy, like this. You can brake and move quickly by pressing W and S. You can also do a quick turn, but note that in certain cases this causes stalling. I'm trying to demonstrate it. There, stall. If it goes too long, you'll turn back into a walker mode and fall down. Now, to land safely, you turn back to the walker mode and activate air thrusters, which by the way are very good against infantry.
To send over some remote drones. Take them out of the air in jet mode. Need I remind you about the water?
If you touched water, it instant kill.
Forward to accelerate and back to brake.
Now you should be seeing the reticle there. You see?
Nicely done.
Oops.
Bring Aquila to this location for the next section.
Yeah, the repair pad thing. Restores ammo and health and energy.
This is a repair pad. If ever you need repairs or ammunition, simply stand Aquila on top of this pad and wait. You might find these next rounds a little more tricky. We've activated the weapon system. In a combat situation, making Aquila stray sideways makes you a considerably harder target to hit.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm strafing right now to the right, so they can't really hit me. It's what I have to do, as I don't have good evasion system.
Excellent work. I think we're done for now. Bring Aquila back here. We've got some diagnostics to run.
There
Not
we
a
go.
bad little run for your first time out. What can I say? You're natural. Now get some rest. Tomorrow's a long day.
And that's the first mission.
How'd I do?
Not bad for a first timer. Not bad at all.
Now, every time you finish a mission, you get goodies on the main screen, which contains usually little race missions or information about the vehicles or concept art. I'm not gonna go unlock all of them because they all need to have S grades and all crap. But if you're interested, I recommend getting this game and trying it out. It's not easy, trust me. It's still easier than something like Battletoads. Anyway, to the next mission. Blackout. The communication with the mainland have been lost. Numerous enemy contacts are heading towards the facilities on Earth 104. I think that's a 1, or is it I? Never mind. Defend the base and prevent the invasion force from taking over the island. Ensure that the battle engine is protected at all times. Little information before we start. This game is based on several islands controlled by two forces. Forseti, which is us, and Muspel, which is our enemy. Simple. And we live on several islands that are in row. You'll see a map of it later. And we still have the prototype, so we go with that.
Sir, we've lost contact with High Command.
Strange. Have you run diagnostics on all systems?
Yes, sir. It seems like our signal is being jammed by an external...
About 3, no, 4 unknown contacts on approach vector. Coming in fast, sir.
It's an attack. Sound battle stations and get me some air support up there on the double.
General, our forces have started their attack run. It looks like we've caught them completely by surprise. That base doesn't stand a chance.
There we go.
Looks like they're after the facilities. Protect the research center.
Vocal
Enemy contact! Muspel miners are deploying tanks!
Going to red alert. Morg, see what you can do to help our forces, but keep Aquila in one piece at all costs.
Note that while we're in it.
We're dispatching a squad of sailors to help you.
Note that while we're in air, we don't have a shield due to the fact that we're using energy for flying. This is one of the tactics I like to use. To get on enemy ship and blow them off there and then fly off. So we got our own troops heading up, as you can see, blowing up the enemy tanks, while we can go here and destroy the defenses. Eventually I think we'll lose, but with little help we'll gain the upper hand. There's a special thing about the our pulse cannon that I'll explain later. There we go. One thing to mention before I destroy the last.
Let any of them report back. Wipe them all out.
Are you're retreating? One thing to note is the minimap on the lower right corner. It's not only showing the objectives and stuff, it also shows the areas that are our control or enemy control. I recommend keeping an eye on it. It's quite entertaining to watch how my actions slowly capture the islands. But as for now, let us finish this first mission. Well, first actual mission. There we go.
Sir, we're pulling back. They've got the battle engine operational again, and they found another pilot.
You said it had all been taken care of. Don't you dare disappoint me again.
We've had communications breakdowns across the board. Reports are sketchy, but they suggest that as of this morning, Muspel forces have staged a major invasion of our territory. We're still trying to find out exactly what happened. In the meantime, we've been ordered to move the battle engine to the firebase on Apollo.
But we haven't finished the testing program, sir.
High Command is aware of that. Facilities are being set up on Apollo to enable your team to continue the testing process. In the meantime, I want everything packed up and ready to go by 0400. Now let's move it, people.
Alright, the first mission done. And we'll head to the next episode, which is technically a next island. We were at, I think this was at Forseti Minor, and now we're heading on Apollo. The transports taking the battle engine to a firebase on Apollo have run into an enemy fighter ambush. Meanwhile, an invasion force has set down on Apollo itself. Protect the transport convoy, then help the firebase defenses deal with the enemy threat. Simple enough. Let's go.
I got 2 bandits incoming. Support from Apollo is coming, but a couple of minutes away. You got to get that thing out of here and keep them off us. You got it.
Alright, first thing, we need to eliminate these fighters.
I'm in the last transport with the rest of Aquila's support equipment. Keep them off us, will you?
Enemy fighters are going after the transports. Don't let them get anywhere near.
Yes, yes, yes.
Taking damage.
I could use micro missiles, but I do prefer Vulcan cannons.
Don't forget to keep an eye on Aquila's energy levels and steer clear of the water hog.
It looks like the firebase is under attack as well. See what you can do to help. Alpha transport is going down.
God damn it, I was too slow, so I do need to use the micro missiles.
I'm in the last transport with the rest of Aquila's support equipment. Keep them off us, will you?
Enemy fighters are going after the transports. Don't let them get anywhere near. We are under attack.
I destroy with a pulse cannon. Oh, don't shoot that! I failed again. Damn, I'm doing terribly now. Let me try again.
Hey, Hawk. I'm in the last transport with the rest of Aquila's support equipment. Keep them off us, will
I
you?
remember having problems when I first time played this.
Transports. Don't let them get anywhere near. We are under attack.
Why can't they aim at me?
Don't forget to keep an eye on Aquila's energy levels and steer clear of the water hog.
It looks like the firebase is under attack as well.
Damn it. I think they destroyed it again.
Alpha transport is going.
Yeah, and see, the mission briefing is 100% of transport safe. Give me a moment as I'll struggle with this for some reason. Alright, I managed to do it. I just spammed missiles everywhere and hope for the best. Now, we need to destroy these landers before they call any more help and land any more forces and actually trap our base. So, the one thing about our well, actually, before I explain that, this is a perfect place to show off the power of the our thrusters. As you can see, with the same thruster that we use to land, we can easily kill infantry as long as we're close enough. I could use a Vulcan cannon, but this is usually more effective way. Thanks for bombing that. There's one unit over there.
Enemy forces to the west of the firebase have been destroyed.
Yep.
No time for celebration, son. There are still enemy forces to the east of the firebase.
There is a repair bed over there, but we don't need it. Now let's destroy the rest of these. Also, when these ships explode, obviously do not stand beneath them. So, the weapon augmentation. If I take enough damage, my weapons get augmented and I can fire a supercharge, which does quite a bit of damage and splash damage. So sometimes it might be good to get a little bit of damage, as long as you're not going for the S rank. As more I take damage, the more worse my score will be. There we go.
Looks like that's about it for the
Infantry does not have to be killed to finish the mission. So that was the second one.
Listen up, son. We've suspected this invasion was on the cards for a while now. We hoped we'd have a little more time to prepare, but I guess that's not the case.
Take a look at this footage, Hawk. This is Lieutenant Louis Carver. He was one of our test pilots in the battle engine program. He was certainly the most promising candidate and got to grips with the control in no time at all.
That first blast took out the remainder of the test pilots. Carver made it out past the perimeter. We can only assume he's gone over to the Muspel. His treachery did a pretty good job of screwing us over, and thanks to the specialized nature of the controls, we couldn't just get any jet jock to step in. That's why Miss Kirilova put your name forward as a potential candidate.
Me? But I'm not military. Wasn't there anyone else?
No. I've seen you run those loaders. Face it, Hawk, you're natural.
Believe you me, son, I ain't happy about a Civ running around in our hardware, but it's the only choice we have. There's a lot of people counting on you right now, so we're gonna back you up any way we can.
Right.
Right. Go. Another mission well done. Now, every time you complete a mission, except the blackout, that has secondary objectives, if you complete them, you also unlock the evil mission that I will be explaining after this mission. Assault on Apollo. Multiple forces have launched a major offensive in an effort to take the Apollo firebase. Protect the 4 main base buildings and try to hold out until the air support can arrive. With the air support, help the air support with any remaining invaders. Now we have an actual first Aquila unit, 01 Pulsar, which is the best in the game from my opinion. It's basically the same, but it has a grenade installed on it. It is very effective, even though it says it's only 3 stars, but it's actually very effective against enemy infantry as long as you can aim it right. It is also very destructive against ground units and certain units like landers. It is more effective. It is quicker to destroy them with a grenade than a pulse cannon. The sad thing, it has limited ammo. First, I'll show you. There's a briefing part where you can see the missions. So enemy bombers destroyed and base buildings survived. The requirement is also all enemy units destroyed, which means there's 1 lander escaping right now, and we need to catch up with it.
Enemy airstrike to the south. Enemy ground forces have been spotted to the southeast. Looks like they mean business. Okay, son.
These are bombers. Whatever happens, take them out. They are extremely dangerous. And that thing, which drops units. Let's catch up with this and shoot it down so I can go back to defend the base. Usually the air units aren't threat to the ground units, except specialized fighters and, well, specialized fighters and bombers. Usually these fighters are not threat as long as you stay on the ground level. Let's take that thing down, even though it's not that big of a deal. Now we could just defend the base or go after these, and I prefer to go after these, because why not? Here's the grenade. It does a lot of splash damage if you notice, and can take these light tanks down with a single shot. But it is a bit difficult to aim them, especially when you're floating in air. But as you can see, it does destroy these units quite quickly. I might actually finish the mission before the air support even arrives. Silly people firing me with some space rifles. Oops.
At last, the air support's arrived.
Yep.
Hang back and let the bombers do their work. Keep any enemy fighters off their backs, though.
But I've already destroyed the enemy army, so you're a bit late, air support. I could go hunt down one of them. There we go. And then probably some single tank.
Our boys can take care of the remaining ground forces. Thanks, Colonel.
Keep these certain types of buildings alive as they produce units. Like this one. Now, aren't we done? I thought I killed everyone. All enemies destroyed.
Well done, son.
There we go.